Hey everyone, and welcome to the finale of the Final Fantasy XIV Gridania arc, where we have covered the opening story arc for characters who start in Gridania as a conjurer, lancer, or archer, in order to see what we missed by starting in Limsa over on our main file. Today is the final episode. We're finally finishing off the main story that is exclusive to Gridania. At the end of this episode, we will sync back up with where all the city-states line up in the main story. So, let's get started. Kan-E-Senna, you want us to do something? You have a job for us? Thank you for hearing me out. Kan-E-Senna would entrust you with a task of great import. I have written a letter to my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless souls and left countless more bereft and alone. In the dark days that followed, many were the survivors who thought themselves less fortunate than the dead. 5 years have come and gone, but the land and the people still bear the wounds of the devastation. Nor are we any closer to learning the fate of the Warriors of Light. Yet, so long as we live, we must never give up hope. We owe this to those who laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. In remembrance of them, a memorial service will soon be held upon the anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. This missive bears the details of that service. You graciously accepted the part of emissary in the recent ceremony. Should you be so willing, I will now make you my envoy and have you bear my message to our allies. Your dedication to the people of Gridania rouses fond memories in me, and I would choose no other for the role. Will you do me this favor? Of course, I will make the message delivered. Humbly, I thank you. As you are no doubt aware, our partners in the Eorzean Alliance lie some considerable distance away, nor are Ul'dah and Limsa close to one another. Yet fear not, for I have no intention of subjecting you, mine own newly anointed envoy, to a journey which would take weeks by land. No, I mean for you to travel by air. Receive of me this airship pass. With it, you may make use of the skyways that connect the 3 city-states of the Alliance. The airship landing is situated upon the lower floor of the car line canopy. Simply show your pass and you will be admitted to the departure area. Before you embark upon your journey, however, you would do well to seek the worldly wisdom of Mion. Few forest-born Gridanians know more of the lands beyond the Twelveswood than she. In better times, airships were available for the convenience of one and all. Alas, the risk that our crafts may fall to Imperial attack has forced a reduction in the number of flights. Consequently, it has become necessary to restrict air travel only to those whose need is great. Such individuals may petition the relevant parties to be issued an airship pass. As you may have deduced, I myself am one such party. Yet I was not alone in desiring that you be granted the privilege of air travel. Such is the potential you show. We have no doubt but that you will reward our faith in you, Satora. By the power vested in me, I bid you journey forth as my envoy into the great realm of Eorzea. Walk her fields, brave her seas, and strive to know her better. And wheresoever you go, go without fear, for the path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Guided by the crystal's light, set forth and discover your destiny. Alright, then off we go. Let's go hop on an airship and make our way to the other 2 city-states to deliver Kan-E-Senna's message. Alright, off to the car line canopy. I think it'll be fastest if we just take the Aetheryte to the airship landing, then climb up the stairs to talk to Mion. And we will be back down here in just a moment to check out those airships. Hello, Mother Mion! 'Tis good to see you up and about again, Satora. Tell me, did you pay the Elder Seedseer a visit as I bade? I did, and she gave me an interesting job. Appointed personal envoy. And now you are to bear the Elder Seedseer's missive to our allies. Well, it seems you've made an impression on the great woman. I can't argue with her judgment, though. You've earned this honor with tireless hard work, and anyone who says you don't deserve it had better not do so in my hearing. I find myself praising you often of late, but Mother is truly proud of you. Short of a warrior of light, I can imagine no better adventurer to represent us, and that, my girl, is some compliment. But I've flattered you enough for one day, and I don't want your head to get too big or you'll struggle to lug it around the realm. Speaking of which, Eorzea is a big old place. Now that you have an airship pass, you can really start to broaden your horizons. The sky is quite literally the limit. Even if your errand didn't call for it, I would strongly suggest visiting the 2 other city-states of the Alliance before you go anywhere else. They are, of course, Limsa, City of Pirates, and Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert. Once you've acquainted yourself with them, you can turn your sights on whichever lesser-trodden region takes your fancy. The Calamity changed the face of Eorzea, and much of her now lies in shadow, beyond man's ken. It's a veritable playground for a wide-eyed adventurer like your good self. Mind you, it won't be all fun and games. Each nation faces its fair share of problems, from internal strife to conflict with the beast tribes and their primals. So don't be too surprised if you find yourself embroiled in the odd unsavory situation on your travels. But no matter what difficulties you encounter, I am confident that you will pull through and emerge the stronger for the experience. These are interesting times for Eorzea, Satora. It's been 5 years now since the Calamity, but folk are finally beginning to look to the future. A period of great change is upon us, and you have a part to play in it. And if that prospect doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Well, thank you for the words of advice and encouragement. Alright, I am taking off that mask. Yeah, the pot helm sounds good. That mask just keeps getting in the way for cutscenes, and it's very funny, but also I don't want it. So then, off we go. Greetings, good madam. This is the reservation counter for Limsa bound flights. Oh, are you not Satora N'Bolo, the Elder Seedseer's personal envoy? We at Highwind Skyways are honored to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? I will be. And on we go to Limsa. Where is our airship? Right over here? Alright then. Take us to our destination. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Limsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Farewell, Satora. One day, minstrels will sing of your deeds. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal.
been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
And we have arrived in Limsa Lominsa, but unfortunately it seems Garlemald is making their own moves, so that's concerning. Alright, let's get on out of here. How do I get out of here? Who do I talk to get out of this maze? What the heck? Hey, please, get me out, I'm stuck. Ah, you must be the envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, my lady. Admiral Blufiswin awaits your arrival. Alright. Thank you for the welcome. You are the Gridanian Envoy? Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak with Xanthale. He will be pleased to show you into the Admiral's command room on the bridge. Alright, sounds good. Let's go ahead and head down to the Bulwark Hall. And before we go to visit the Admiral, I'm gonna real quick go grab the Aetheryte in this area. Ah, Limsa Lominsa. My starting town, and the city-state I hate least in Eorzea. It's still not great. There are so many problems in this goddamn country. Alright then, let's head on over and ride on up to talk to the Admiral. Hello there, Xanthale. Greetings, madam, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yeah, it's right here. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand? Please step this way.
Enter. I did not expect the Gridanian Envoy to be an adventurer. It speaks highly of your character that the Elder Seedseer would choose an outsider to represent her nation's interests. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvi Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from the Black Shroud?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail von Darnus, Hell's Take 'em, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon Dalamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame while our own armies fared a little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louis Swa still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the Beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short and none will save us save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea. And this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Aye, Kan-E-Senna has the right of it. I accept her proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Elder Seedseer receives my reply. You travel next to Ul'dah, yes? I am. That is my last stop. Pray give my regards to General Ralban. Oh, and tell him the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Satora. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Wonder what that private jest is all about. Because it was actually mentioned by Kan-E-Senna in the Limsa Lominsa opening arc to also tell Ralban a similar thing? Not the same thing, but talking about a wolf. Alright, I want to make sure I've set this as my home point. It'll just make things easier in a few minutes. And now let's head on to Ul'dah. Alright, I'm ready to head back to the airship landing. And time for our second delivery of the day. Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ul'dah. A pleasure to serve you again, madam. Are you ready to board the airship to Ul'dah? I am indeed. Alright, let's hop on board that ship and go make our last delivery. Ul'dah, my beloved. If you've been watching the main Let's Play, you are full aware that this is my least favorite city-state by far. I absolutely despise this place so much. You must be the envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Ul'dah, madam. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Alright, let's get out of here and go meet with the Flame General. If you want to know why I hate Ul'dah so much, watch the main Let's Play. It'll become clear as we are doing stuff in the area. Welcome to Ul'dah, madam. We have been expecting you. Flame General Ralban will receive you in the Fragrant Chamber. Please take the lift down to the Hustings Strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Alright, Royal Promenade. That is our destination, and we can make our final delivery there. And I don't think I'm gonna bother with getting the Aetheryte in this area. Not the biggest deal in the world to get it here, since we're planning on ending this character immediately after. Not this quest, but the next quest, which will also be in this episode. Alright, Bartholomew, I see you up ahead. I have a message for the Flame General. The Gridanian Envoy, I presume? Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, madam? My thanks. Yeah, it's right here. Ah yes, a seal of the Elder Seedseer. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Gridania. I thought I smelled leaf mold. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Kan-E says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Ixal. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Ravan al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartoneau. I remember bloody Cartoneau. Do you know what happened that day, Adventure, when we took the field against the Garleans? I've heard quite a bit, yeah? So my counterparts have educated you. Yeah, they told me quite a bit, and I think I also saw visions of it. Oh, trust Merlvib to make light of our wolf problem. Woman always did have a black sense of humor. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. 'Tis only a matter of time before they bite. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solus Zos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabard to heel, and so the Legatus became an emperor and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Baelsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, Adventure, and an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the Admiral would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Kan-E will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Okay, I get the wolf joke now. He spelled it out, so it'd be hard not to. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with Her Grace myself. Very good, sir. The Elder Seedseer will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, Adventure. Of course, Flame General. I'm just glad that everyone has agreed to it. And we now have free access to the airships, but we need to pay 150 gil in order to use them. But we are not done yet. Today, there is one short quest I wish to do to finish this off. And that is Call of the Sea, which is effectively identical between all three city-states. But there is some varying dialogue that I would at least like to see, even if it's incredibly minor. Alright, Bartholomew, what do you got for me? Bartholomew has information that may be of interest to you. Ah, my Lady Envoy, I trust you're saying the Sultanate has been pleasant? No. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased for you to offer him your services. Alright, let's go speak to good old Baderon, and that will be the conclusion of the Gridania arc for good. Alright, off to not the airship landing, we're gonna take the return over to Limsa, and that's why I set the home point. Aren't I clever? Alright then, let's go on to the Drowning Wench. And I believe Greffar's elevator should bring us right up there. Alright. Hello there, Bateron. I hear you're in need of a capable adventurer. Welcome to the Gridanian Wench. Sit wherever you like, lass. I'll be with you in a... I'm Bateron, alright? Who's asking? Hired as a guy. I've got a job for a capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy, but if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll fill you in on the details. And that is where we're gonna go ahead and leave it off. From here, the story between all three city-states is exactly the same. So, I will see you in Eorzea as we continue our adventures about a week from now, I'll say, if you're watching this live, back on our main account where we are going to be starting the 3rd chapter of A Realm Reborn.